Okay, now we're rolling. Hey, Janie, you're going to go on a walk with me today. It's going to be fun. I'm going to show you the route that I take and point out all the highlights along the way, and we're going to have a good time. It's really not too hot today, about 88 degrees. Like I said in the emails, about 62% humidity, which makes it 95 degrees heat index. Not too bad at all. When I first started this, I did not have it on the camera mode, and so I took a picture of myself, and I went ahead and I talked for about 5 minutes, and then I realized it wasn't I wasn't making a movie. But so the way I start off with, I've already stretched my calves and done some stretches back at the annex, which is behind me here, and this is the dog park, of course, behind me as well. The little friend over here barking at me. What am I going to say? Oh, I start off with doing push-ups. This is going to be really weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. With the push-ups out of the way, we're ready to walk. By the way, since today's Monday, I have a clean t-shirt on. I usually wear the same t-shirt all week long. So by Friday, sometimes, well, let's just not go there. So anyway, let me turn this around. So what we're looking at here, this is the sidewalk that goes down to the annex. And of course this sidewalk goes across Commons Drive over to City Hall. So basically, I start. Okay, Janie, I'm having all kinds of trouble with this little camera. I'm not using my good camera. I'm using my little Canon PowerShot camera. And I made a bunch of videos and it wasn't taping. So anyway, we're here at the beginning of my walk, looking at the small dog park arena here. As you can see, this is looking over to where I work at the annex. There you have it, the dog park. So basically my walk starts on this side of the road on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I walk along Commons Drive here. On Tuesdays and Thursdays I cross the street and walk on the other side. And then halfway through the walk I cross the streets and come back on the other side. So let me see if I can effectively make little interesting videos here along the way. And across Commons here is the Morgan Sports Complex. You can see the ball diamonds. We've got, let's see, we got 6 different softball and hardball diamonds, and 2 or 3 regulation soccer fields, which all make up the Morgan Sports Complex. So anyway, let's get started. This is Commons Drive. We'll walk down to Airport Road, and then we'll walk the rest of the way on Airport Road. You'll never guess what's on Airport Road. You just never know what you're going to see during one of my walks. And here we have a street cleaner. I think we just bought this the other day. Instead of hiring someone to do the street cleaning, we bought this vehicle. And are going to save money. Here we are in front of the Public Works facility, which is on Commons Drive. We haven't even gone a quarter mile yet on this walk. This is going to take a while. Look at this big retention pond. It looks awfully big, but in April we had some historic rains and this retention pond completely filled with water. I've always liked this tree and often wanted to come over here and photograph it when there's white puffy clouds behind it. And maybe today's the day. Anyway, we're coming up on a quarter mile. Okay, Janie, we just completed a quarter mile, and I'm going to do some more push-ups, but I'm not going to video my push-ups. I did at the beginning. This is Airport Road, where Commons Drive dead ends into Airport Road. There used to be a road down here that intersected Airport Road, but when we built Commons Drive, we blocked this off so you can no longer enter Commons. So basically, we have walked a quarter mile from the annex. Okay, we've just made a right-hand turn onto Airport Road, and if you guessed the airport is on Airport Road, you would be correct. There's some interesting little specialty shops here along the way. We have La Mexicana, Mexican foods, of course, and then we have hearing aids, and then we've got the Destin Ethnic Euro-Asian foods. Can't forget the Pinup Girls Hair Studio and Spa. Okay, wait for it. The world-famous Zoo Gallery. Those are the little shops, and then we've got the EMS station, and then the airport. At your service, Okaloosa County EMS. Here we are at the end of the runway. There doesn't seem to be much air activity today, but if any planes take off and land, we'll be here to capture that. So this is basically what the rest of the walk looks like. I walk about a mile this way, then turn around at the Sugarloaf Apartments and come back on the other side. Okay, we're at the half-mile point. These are some of the things I've put on the fence so I can identify the half-mile point. I found this red lock. Got these various little flags, and I found a spoon, so I stuck a spoon on the fence. So these are some of my artifacts for the halfway point. Then we're across the street from coastal accounting. Only the finest entertainment for you, Janie. This is a little road repair we did after some pipes underneath the road broke and we had to fix it. Good times, good times. Here's some of the debris that I find alongside the road here. Usually on Mondays, I find new car parts from accidents. As what is this? Just different car parts. These parts have been here for about a week or so, but it's always interesting to find new parts of accidents along this road. We've got this dangerous curve sign here, and you'll see when we get up closer to the fence to the airport has been slammed in so many times, we finally had to put these dangerous curve signs up. Actually, it just says curve, doesn't it? Okay. But it is a dangerous curve. We're at the 3/4 mile point. These are some of the things. I got a wheel from a skateboard and some more little flags. And here's where I do another set of push-ups. Oh, there's the dangerous curve sign. I knew it was out here somewhere. Alright, here we are at the so-called dangerous curve, and this wall, the airport wall behind it, has been slammed into numerous times. Although I have no wall damage to show you today, during the course of my walks over the years, I've seen this wall hit 15-20 times. Sometimes requiring quite a bit of brickwork to replace the posts. Obviously, here we are at the entrance to the Destin Airport, sometimes known as Coleman Kelly Field. Well, here we are at the 1 mile point, and lo and behold, we find our first aluminum can. So what do we have today? It's a Seagram's Ginger Ale. This project is going to be called Destin Oaks. Right now it's just a big cleared lot. They're going to build some 60 duplex townhomes here. So when they do, I'll be able to watch the progress as I walk by every day. We're passing by the Destin Racket Club townhomes. This is something you don't see in Toledo. These are the fruits of a palm tree. I don't know if you can eat them or not. I don't think so. And we get to pass by Dr. Paul Kellum's Harbor Breeze Plaza. And the Harbor Breeze subdivision. which is on Misty Way. And then of course there's Dr. Carla Hines, asthma and allergy. The halfway point of our odyssey, the 1.25 mile point, is right here at the Sugarloaf Apartments. There's a little drainage creek right here, and I like to sneak up on the turtles and see if the turtles are sunning themselves. I gotta sneak up because when they see me they jump in the water. Sorry Janie, no turtles today. But they usually like to sit on these rocks right down here and sun themselves. Airport Road continues on to Main Street, but this is the halfway point. This is where I cross over to the other side at the Airport Road Mini Storage Climate Controlled. Good stuff, huh? Okay, this is on the south side of the little drainage creek. Look how pretty green the water is. Such a pretty green. No turtles on this side. They don't hang out down here. Just some of the things that I pay attention to as I take my walk. Now this is the beautiful Twin Lakes subdivision. I think I'll walk down there and let you see one of the Twin Lakes. This lake is not on my route per se. I have to walk 50 feet or so down here. But I do it today for your dining and dancing pleasure. One of the Twin Lakes here in beautiful Destin, Florida. Wow, what's that? Co-located with the Twin Lakes subdivision are the Twin Lake Townhomes. And we find our second can. This is a completely smashed Miller High Life. We have a cute little strip mall here with a few professional offices. Union State Bank, Wood Associates, and others. This office is guarded by a dog. A mean looking dog. Let's see if we can get him to bark. He's good. Alright, we did. Yay! Puppy dog! What is this? Wooden Associates. And now we're passing by White Wilson Medical Center. And now it's the doctors Novak and Novak, internal medicine and plastic surgery. Faced first of Destin. Okay, Janie, we're at the 1.5 mile point in this little odyssey, and I got to do some more push-ups. So you can join me if you like, but whatever you do, don't drink the water. Well, I think you're not drinking the water in Toledo anyway, are you? Now here we are at the Destin Emergency Care Center, as well as the Airport Commons Executive Suites. Alright, Jane, see these signs here? These signs are in the city's right-of-way. Most people don't know that. They think the right-of-way is only the street. But the right-of-way starts at the edge of the sidewalk, includes the sidewalk, the grassy area, the road, the grassy area on the other side, and the sidewalk. That's all the right-of-way. And we do not allow signs in the city's right-of-way. But since I'm making a tape today, I don't feel like moving them, but I usually do. And if I'd chosen to move the signs, I would have found my third can. It's a Budweiser Light. A big one, too. Is that a good deal? Massage or facial, 1 hour for $35. They got the arrow pointing the wrong way because the building is there. And if you get gnarly, Janie, and feel like being a truck, I'm afraid you're going to have to use the rear entrance. Check this out, Janie. It's a mushroom. Let's see if I can come around this way. I'm sure you've got mushrooms like this in Ohio. It's a big Quail Run Townhomes. And here's our fourth can. If you recall, I average about 5 cans a walk. Okay, Janie, we're at another stopping point for push-ups. This wheel cover showed up a couple days ago. It's in pretty good shape. I don't know if someone's looking for it or not. This is the 1.75 mile point. We're getting kind of toward the end. Hey, there's a plane finally taking off. It's up there somewhere. Destin Fire Department. Here's the airport weather station sensors. Here, Janie, here's an example of a properly placed sign. This is on private property, because the private property starts right here at the edge of the sidewalk, and all of this go in this direction. This city right of way. This looks fun. Get your flannels on, your boots, and a big hammer there, and you can play with that truck. I'll let you. Here we have some more water. This is part of a drainage system, I guess. Okay, here we are at the 2 mile point. As you can see, we're across the street from the airport, and we're heading in this direction, and I drop down and do 15 push-ups here. Okay, let's see. Oh, there it is. City Hall must be that way. So that's the way we have to go. We're here at the intersection of Airport and Commons Drive. All cars have to stop when the school bus is unloading. That's right, Janie. Airport and Commons Drive. Hey, Morgan Sports Center's down the road. Hey, there's some excitement there. And here we are at Morgan Sports Center, west parking lot. The actual Morgan Sports Center is this little building right in the middle here. There's 4 ball diamonds surrounding the center. And then there's 2 regulation soccer fields over here. Well, Janie, we're approaching the end of our walk. And as you can see, we're getting close to the City Hall Annex, which is right there. I got just about 1/8 of a mile to walk, and we'll be at the 2.5 mile point. I'll do a final set of push-ups, and we'll be done. She knocked the cover off the ball, I tells you. It was a grand slam home run. Hey, batter, batter, batter. Hey, batter, batter, batter. Swing! And a miss. Yeah, this is a ball diamond right behind the main City Hall. And I'm almost done. I'm getting kind of goofy. Kind of tired. Kind of thirsty. And we're back at the beginning. Except I'm on the other side of the street. This will probably be the final shot. I'll cross the street, do my push-ups, and we'll be done. Yeah, I know, Janie, I said that last scene was going to be the last scene of the video. But you know what? I realized I haven't had much FaceTime on this video. And being such a ham, I have to have FaceTime. I just have to. So anyway, I don't know if this was an amusing video or not. As I'm walking along, I'm looking at things. I'm trying to point out things that I look at doing the walk every day. One thing you may have noticed, that there aren't any trees. I'm in the direct sunlight on a sunny day the entire walk. Generally, there aren't many trees around airports. They like to keep that cleared, but so anyway, I'm really parched. I'm going to get some tea here, and this will be the final scene of your walk with Larry on a Monday, the 25th of August, 2014.